Joining us now, a man who BYU basketball has not drafted but hired back on to direct basketball operations. We call it the Dobo, the Director of Basketball Operations. Andrew May, welcome to Studio B, Andrew.
Thanks, fellas, for having me on. I appreciate it. It's good to be back.
So I'm wondering, what in the world does the Director of Basketball Operations do on a day-to-day basis?
Because to us, he comes and plays Tuesday and Thursday and shoots threes. That's what previously that position did.
Well, that's good to know. I better pick up on those responsibilities. Basically the job is to help Coach Rose get all of the little details of the program taken care of, so that he can focus on the most important things of the program, recruiting, helping our players develop, all those things that he has great assistants that will help him do that. So my job is to help them, academically, with housing, with travel, all those things, to make sure that Coach Rose can focus on the most important things, which is winning and, helping our players.
Absolutely. And you are you're returning to BYU. Tell us about kind of the road you took as a student and what you did and then where you went and how'd you got back here?
Yeah, sure. So I went to Lone Peak High School back in the day and then came here to BYU and did my undergraduate and graduate degrees here, and I was a manager that whole time that I was here, and it was a wonderful experience. I kind of knew that I wanted to go into coaching, and so being part of the program and learning from Coach Rose was a wonderful opportunity, and so I did that for about 4 or 5 years as the head manager, and so Jimmer Fredette's last season there was my last season here, and then I had the opportunity to go up to Salt Lake Community College, which is one of the top 5 junior colleges in the country, and has been super successful. And I got to work with a great coach up there. His name's Todd Phillips, and learned a ton. I mean, I did a lot of the operational stuff as a manager, and then up there got to be in charge of our defense and recruiting and all of those things, and had a lot of success and had a lot of former Cougars, as you guys know, coming from Salt Lake to here to BYU. And so it was a great experience. I learned so much about, X's and O's, tactical things on the floor that will make a difference. And so hopefully that'll translate in my position. I think that's what's kind of unique about this position is there's lots of guys who are technical guys and organizational guys that can handle those aspects, but being able to do the basketball side of things. And when Coach Nashif or Coach Lewis or Coach Lacombe says something that they need referring to basketball, I got to be on top of it and know exactly what they're referring to. And so I'm excited for the opportunity, and I can't be more pleased than to be with the staff that we have.
Andrew May, the new Director of Basketball Operations at BYU in Studio B on BYU Sports Nation. Do we have you to thank for Skylar Halford coming to BYU?
I think Skylar probably when he was born decided he wanted to go to BYU. So I'd like to take a little credit, but really no. We were just so happy for him wherever he went. I mean, it was crazy. He, was junior college All-American for us. He was MVP of our league. That was probably our most talented team that he was on, and he, got offered by BYU, and he came down here and was super excited. And the next day we got a call from Indiana saying, "Hey, what's going on with Skylar Halford?" and all this, and I was like, Skylar's committed, but I'm glad that you guys are calling anyway. And so, no, really, really so happy for him and the success that he had down here. I mean, it was perfect for him. Every time we'd hear about how he did and any success that he had, we're just like, even if he played 0 minutes, he's so happy down here, and it's a great spot. And he just got engaged the other day, so super excited for him. So
congrats to Skylar. I want to rewind to you at Lone Peak. Apparently, BYU just hires people from Lone Peak. Like now, that's the thing now. Are you the all-time assist leader at Lone Peak still?
I guess so. That's what Quincy told me. Those, if that record's still standing, that's great because there's been some unbelievable guys that have gone through there. And
well, we know Jackson shot more threes than he probably passed 2 others 4 threes. But let's see, TJ and Nick, they probably split some assists. To keep that record okay?
Yeah, exactly.
How did TJ not have more assists?
All I know is if I would have been playing with those guys, I would have doubled my assists. Those guys would have scored like crazy.
That's quite the record to have. That's quite the record.
Yeah.
You mentioned you wanted to initially get into coaching when you started at BYU under Coach Rose in your initial position, then you went to Salt Lake Community, now you're back. What is the end goal for you when all is said and done?
Well, obviously every guy has their hopes and dreams of where they'd like to go and where they'd like to coach. The thing that I think I'm most excited about and something that I've been dreaming about as a kid is my dad was a coach, coached a bunch all over the place and played here back in the day, but he would videotape the one shining moment at the end of the NCAA tournament. And so I had years of them stacked up, and, motivationally I'd watch that. And so as far as my aspirations, I want to go to the Final Four. I want to be part of how special that is. And I think this is the perfect place for it. I think they are, the brighter days of BYU basketball are ahead. And I know that that's our end goal, and hopefully we'll get there.
The timing seems to be just about as good as it could possibly be. The Marriott Center is being renovated. You're going to have a brand new awesome office next fall in the new YMCA, as we call it. The Lone Peak 3 and company are coming in. What do you think of kind of the timing associated with your hire?
Yeah, I think, like I said, this is prime time. I think they've been building and building, and I think a lot of times we undervalue the consistency and success they've had here. I know as a coach, we look around, and one of Coach Rose's favorite sayings, and I remember the first time he said it, he says, winning games is hard. That's one of his favorite sayings, and I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, really, Coach? No kidding. And then the more I got into coaching and realized, I was like, there's such wisdom in that. This is unbelievable what he's done here. The 8 out of 9 years going to the tournament, and just year and year after success. And I know that that's where it's building to. And, stuff has to align right. We have to have the kids home from missions, and you have to have an advanced degree in calculus to figure out who's coming home and who's not. And all those things have to come together for us to get to where we want to be. And I think now's the right time. So certainly excited about it.
What's your relationship with Dave Rose like right now?
Basically, he said it before. He's kind of like my son. No, I feel like for Coach Rose, I'm there to help him in whatever he needs. And right now we have goals for our guys to achieve individually, academically, all those things. And that's what I feel my relationship is with him, is to help him in whatever he needs. And I feel like I trust and know he's been in this business so long and has been so successful, and I do not take that for granted. So I'm just excited to be with him and look forward to the future.
Is your new position something that you aspired to at some point in the past?
Well, definitely when I was a manager and helping the other director of basketball operations do their jobs, and I'd look around and be like, I think I can do this. This is, up my alley. So definitely I knew that this would be a possibility, but in the coaching world, things change so much. Guys move different positions all the time. You never know. And if you would have asked me 3 months ago what's happening, I was planning on this next year being at Salt Lake Community College and hopefully competing for a national championship. So, you never know.
Did you even have to move?
Yes.
Since you were at Slick.
Yes. So
Yes.
I moved up there and lived close to campus, and I'm heading back down here because part of my job is to be available. And so I got to be available.
Got to be close. Okay. I don't think Quincy has to move, though, right? He can stay in the same spot.
Yeah, you should ask him, see what he's doing.
Listen, priority number one for you is to get Dave Rose on Twitter, okay?
Yeah.
If that happened, I'd probably be running the handle for him.
So no, more work for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just keep it how he's doing.
How good's your jumper? This is a question that we wanted to know.
Yeah, that's a great question. So my game in high school was definitely, facilitator, get other guys shots, and hanging out and watching Jimmer play for 4 years. I think everybody's shot got better just watching him play. So I'll let you guys find out sometime. How's that? Tuesday, Thursdays at noon. Yeah. Got it.
You dropping dimes? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Andrew May, the new director of basketball operations at BYU, with us on BYU Sports Nation. Andrew, we thank you for the time and wish you the best of luck moving forward. Glad to have you back in Provo, man.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate you having me on.